Maguire's MotorEx is just on the doorstep. The Show Car Hall of Fame, here with Mick Fabar. How you going, Mick?
Yeah, good, Josh, thank you.
Very good. We've come out to Orange Country, New South Wales. Mick's been kind enough to give us a bit of a look around, but also have a look at Zerod that's going to be at MotorEx in the Show Car Hall of Fame, where a lot of other very famous cars in Australian car history, big builds, mate, like, you know, how special it's going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be great. You know, have all those cars together and all those builders together. I think the first time that, you know, multi-generational benchmark cars have been there. It's good. It's just fantastic.
I must say, Mick, that the temperature in here is really nice, and there's a good reason for that, right?
Yeah, so it's underground,
Yep.
basically underground, and you know, temperature controlled environment for the cars, and humidity controlled, which is important. So
the car looks immaculate, mate. It really does. People are going to be super excited to see this car. Like, we were just talking off camera before, and someone commented yesterday, it looks better than ever.
yeah, I think it does.
Yeah.
You know, it hasn't been out of this shed for 10 years, so we're sort of excited to get it out. Interestingly, just I moved it in the shed 8 weeks ago, and we started the process when we decided that it was going.
Yeah.
And it started on second fire.
Great.
Put some fuel in it, started on second fire, so that was the start of a good process to get it ready.
Yeah.
And you know, we've spent 8 weeks on it now. You know, detailing and pulling it apart and doing all sorts of stuff, but I really do think it looks better than it probably did when we finished it. Paint's really settled in, and the car's really well sorted. And there was a lot of finishing items during the season when we were doing the tour back in 13-14.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things that we were doing as we were going, right, and this will be the first time the car's actually been showed where I would say it's 100% completely finished.
It's amazing to see, walking into the room. You guys have to come and see this at MotorEx, but walking into the room, I'm speechless, honestly. It's just such a special car. That's, you know, Summernats Grand Champion.
Yeah, Summernats Grand Champion,
Yeah.
People's Choice,
Yeah.
Street Machine of the Year.
Yeah.
But I think beyond the benchmarks that we were able to achieve, or lucky enough to achieve in that sport, in that series and in that championship year, outside of that, some of the things I'm most proud about the car, you know, it was one of the catalysts for what we've got now in New South Wales for the Classic and Club hot rod registration. So that was in the mix of being thrown around at government. And at the time we built this car and we debuted this car, and we got the then Transport Minister to MotorEx, Bruce and Owen did.
Yeah.
He sat in the car, we gave him a heap of info about the car, and because it was we achieved a lot of stuff outside of, you know, it was the world's first certified carbon zero build.
Yeah.
Whether it was actually the first is really probably irrelevant. It was the first certified one by Bond University. So he took that back to government, and it was the catalyst car. I then went and spoke with the press club, and it was a catalyst, or that really assisted getting the club rego in. So great. It was good for that.
So if you've got Club Rego in your car, this car has played a big part in that.
Yeah, and the guys behind it, but
Yeah, of course, yeah.
It sort of demonstrated that we weren't just building, that the scene wasn't all about just rat bags in hoons.
Yeah.
It really demonstrated, I think it showcased...
And cars that actually value the environment.
Yeah, I think that was important. It certainly always is important, and we're doing that anyway, right?
Yeah.
We just were the ones just that took that and catalogued it. And probably the other big thing that I think the car achieved that was the first was that it was actually voted car of show at the International Motor Show.
Yeah, wow.
In Sydney against the Lambos, the Ferraris, all the concept cars. Like, it stole the show, and
On Darling, right there in Darling Harbour.
Yeah, right there in Darling Harbour with all the factory, you know, all of them, Ford, Holden, the whole lot of them, and this car stole the show. So that was something that hadn't been done before. So outside of what we normally do and the competition that we normally...
But if people remember that event in Sydney, or sometimes it went to Melbourne either year, but in Sydney there was a lot of concept cars there.
Yep.
All the time. All the manufacturers sort of put efforts in to do that, and this was right there amongst it and won.
Yeah, and I'd never forget when we pulled up, you know, at the back of the hall there, you know, with our trailer, and you know, there was $1 million Lambos getting rolled out of transporters, double stacked, you know, money was endless. We just rolled up, backed this thing out of the trail and drove it into the hall. Blokes couldn't believe it. They just thought, what the hell is that? Like,
did you have anybody from Ford come over, like from the...
No, we didn't, but I'm sure they knew about it. We were just near the Ford stand, but yeah, just drove it in.
Maybe they knew you were going to win, mate. And
what the hell is that? What's in that thing? You know, it sounded like a milk truck. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it was a good moment.
Very thankful to Mick for bringing us, you know, in your shed and show a few things. I remember you said that not many people have stepped foot in there, so we feel privileged and privileged to show everybody.
No problem. Yeah, pleasure to have you guys here and happy to share the story, and it's an honour to be a part of a group of cars at MotorEx. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a great show, and you know, great cars. So the anticipation's building.
Maguire's MotorEx, May 6 and 7, Showgrounds at Melbourne. Show Car Hall of Fame. Zero will be in there. There'll be many other cars. Maybe years to come, we might see Roy in there as well.
Yeah, if we could get it there, it's, you know, if we need a 2-tier transporter, but yeah, look,
one of the time.
Really looking forward to it. Yeah, let's you know, have something to go back for. But yeah, and I'm sure lots of other guys in the same position as me that are eager to get there. So looking forward to it, and looking forward to sharing the car and sharing the scene with as many people as possible. So,
and you'll be there with your team that you built the car with, you know, all these cars with.
Yeah, we'll all be there, and happy to chat and answer any questions, and yeah, as all the guys. So yeah, really looking forward to it.
MotorEx.com.au, get your tickets. We'll see you at Melbourne Showgrounds May 6 and 7.